Hey everybody, I gotta make this NFL video. Recap week 3 before tomorrow. It's Sunday, and I have waited too long to do this. I wanted to do it a few days ago, but I just couldn't do it because I'm so busy with doing homework and schoolwork. It never ends. So, the games I watched last week were, I watched Thursday night game, which was the Falcons versus the Buccaneers. And then on Sunday, I watched Patriots versus the Raiders and the Super Bowl rematch between the Broncos and the Seahawks. And the late game on Sunday, which was the Steelers versus the Panthers. And the Monday night game was the Jets versus the Bears. The first game I'll start with is Thursday night football. I think they should just discontinue Thursday night football because one team is either not prepared or they're just tired from Sunday's game. And that only gives them 4 days to prepare, which I think is not fair. But the first game, the Falcons and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers definitely have a better logo because Pirates definitely are awesome. But they weren't awesome in that game. Well, let's start with Devin Hester beat the record for most touchdown returns. He now has 20. The big 2-0. 20. If there was a zombie outbreak, Devin Hester would be fine. Because he could just run between the undead and would not be touched or scratched or bitten. He's a fast son of a gun. He's faster than a bullet. When teams kick it to him, they're just asking for trouble. When are they going to learn? After 31 kickoff returns? When? They should know this. Do not kick the ball to Hester. I repeat, do not kick the ball to Devin Hester. Lovie Smith, of all people, should know not to kick to Devin Hester. He coached for most of his career when he was a Chicago Bear. Come on, Lovie Smith. The only thing I didn't like about Devin Hester beating the record and getting that touchdown was that he showboated. I mean, just score the touchdown. The Buccaneers are already being humiliated. You gotta rub it in their face. I mean, just score the touchdown and be happy. You don't gotta do the Deion Sanders primetime thing. Ridiculous. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. That game was a blowout. The Buccaneers got smoked at halftime. The Bucs were just packed up and went home. It was that bad. The next game I watched was on Sunday. The Patriots versus the Raiders. It was an okay game. Patriots didn't do all that great, but they hung in there. And they were able to win. The interception by Will Fork is what the Patriots needed. Will Fork looked at that football like it was a nice juicy steak, and he pounced on it like a leopard on a gazelle. He was going to devour it. He guarded it like it was his last meal. I wouldn't want to get in his way when he eats. That's for sure. Did anybody see that amazing catch by DeAndre Hopkins? That was insane. He reached behind himself and somehow caught it. It was unbelievable. But unfortunately, it didn't count because of the penalty. That's a shame. If it was off by 1 or 2 degrees, he wouldn't have caught that. There was also a funny injury by Stephen Tulloch from the Lions, I believe. He tried to celebrate during, I think they played the Green Bay Packers, and he tried to do the discount double check, and he just injured his knee, and he looked like a fool. Stephen Tulloch. Real smart. Dude, you're gonna be remember that for probably the rest of your life. Not good, dude. The next game I watched was the Super Bowl rematch of the Seattle Seahawks versus the Broncos. Denver Broncos. It was a match of the ages. It was the best game of the week. It was a defensive battle, back and forth. The Seahawks dominated the first half, and the Broncos dominated the second half, and were able to catch up and tie the game. Peyton Manning and his happy feet were able to score in the last 52 seconds of the fourth quarter, I believe. It was a great drive, and they were able to get the 2-point conversion. I'm not a giant fan of Peyton Manning, but that was a good drive. The Seahawks got the ball first, and of course they gave it to the beast, Marshawn Lynch, and he won the game. It was a great game. The Sunday night football game was the Steelers versus the Panthers. Steelers versus Panthers. I don't remember much about the game. All I remember is that the Steelers won and the Panthers played like shit. And they lost. It was just a mess. Not a very good game. A much-deserved win for the Steelers. The Monday night game. The New York Jets versus the Chicago Bears. That was a great game also. The Bears played excellent. A lot of injuries, but they were able to pull through and win. The Jets were very close to coming back and tying the game. And Geno Smith was very close to tying the game. He threw to Curly and on fourth down, and he didn't catch the ball. But all I could think about was the song by Elton John, Benny and the Jets. But it goes, Geno and the Jets. Geno and the Jets. They're so spaced out. Geno and the Jets. 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 Fantasy football time. This week, unfortunately, I lost. The person I blame is Julio Jones on Thursday night. He had a crazy game and scored a lot of points for my opponent. I was very disappointed in Chris Johnson. All I needed was 22 points, and he couldn't get them for me. I know 22 points seems like a lot, but if anything, he's the guy that can get it for me. I'm going to bench him next week. Sorry, but I'm benching you. Why did you become a Jet? Rex Ryan and the Jets. Come on. Sorry, Jets fans. You can hate me if you want. Send your hate mail to my inbox. Thank you. I feel bad for him that he plays for the Jets. I bench him for next week. He just hasn't been delivering me any points. The other person who played poorly this week on my roster would be Cam Newton. He just couldn't perform, and he got sacked a bunch of times. He got dirt in his face. Everyone else played alright on my team. So, hopefully I have better luck next week. See you, people. That's it. See you next week.